Hey, what is up, guys? It is John again, the Australian PPG DBS player today, bringing another Dragon Ball deck profile, this time featuring one of the new Surge leaders, being the red and green Broly leader. Tested this deck a little bit. It is insane. This is like the next evolution, I guess, of the Android 18 deck. Just mainly the Broly Arrival stuff. It's honestly really good. This deck is... tested it a fair bit. This deck feels just so good. But yeah, before I dive in the deck profile, real quickly, I know this is not going to be Dragon Ball related now. Back in my hometown, well, in my home country, I guess Australia, there's been a lot of bushfires going on, so I just want to quickly just say real quick awareness of that, just letting, like, because I know a lot of you guys are from America, guys, blah, 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 but it's been pretty insane here. There's been a lot of casualties, a lot of stuff happening around. If probably most of the world probably would have seen some stuff on Facebook and Twitter, whatever social media platform you use, but I just want to say, yeah, I know, like, I've talked about thank you to all the firefighters who are like putting their lives on the line to keep my home country safe, and I've donated a bit to support them in that, and I just want to just raise awareness for that, since it is actually pretty full on. It's probably the worst it's ever been, and yeah, it's pretty hectic. So hopefully this settles down a bit. Hopefully, like, all the fires stuff is spreading, so it's safe to play DVS in Australia, so our cardboard doesn't get lit on fire. But I just want to raise quick awareness on that before I get into the video. So yeah, thanks to that one little tidbit. I just wanted to say that. But now the reason you're here for this Broly deck. So coming out on the 17th of January, they're introducing 4 new Surge leaders. This Broly leader, the Kefla leader, the Piccolo, which I think Piccolo is the best Surge leader. Then I think this Broly is the second best one. I think it goes, out of the 4 Surge leaders they're releasing, Broly's the best. Oh no, sorry, Piccolo Gohan's the best, then Broly, then the Goku, and then Kefla's the worst, in my personal opinion. With so the Broly is a promo one that comes with, I don't even know how you get the promo packs, but I think they're doing like little tournament things, like little tournament packs as well for the Surge decks, the Surge expansion pack, sorry. But how Surge works exactly. Surge is really good because you can choose whenever you want to awaken during the game. You can awaken turn 1 if you really wanted to. You'd probably never be doing that. But all you need to do to use Surge is that you put the respective color of your leader. So in our case, it'll be red and green. We put 1 red and 1 green card underneath our leader card. And then you do whatever the requirement effect is. So for example, our Broly is you get to draw 2 cards after doing that and then untapping 2. And then you flip the leader over to the back side. And on the back side, when you're at 3 life or less, you can use one of his 2 effects. So how you activate the Surge leader effect, you take one of the cards from underneath the leader and put it in the drop area, and then you activate one of the 2 effects. The first effect, which honestly is the effect you mainly use because it's insane, Broly lets you combo with any battle card from your drop area, and then it gains double strike. You can reuse your Paragus super combos. And on top of that, there's a Goten we'll talk about in the deck that kind of enables it. I'm just going to quickly tilt my this little down so you get a bit of my pecs, I mean, sorry. But you get a better, what do you want to say? So yeah, you combo a card from your drop area with this effect, and you lead against double strike. This is insane for going for game. Like, the fact that you look at this deck, yeah, I literally count there's 25 dual color cards, but most of them you don't require energy to combo with, which is insane. And then the other effect, which is also insanely good, you can pitch one of the cards from underneath the Broly, and then you kill any one of your opponent's battle cards during, ignoring barrier. And Broly's effects can only be activated during the battle step, which is like fair enough. They're both killing something, ignoring barrier is insane. So basically what that line of text means is that your opponent cannot safely go in for game on you unless they're swinging with a quad strike, or you can't even activate your leader skills. You do have to be at 3 life or less, or if they are using Victory Strike or something like that. So you can, as long as they're not going for game with the leader in that, you can always have a guarantee way of getting out of whatever situation you're in, which is just ridiculously good. Like, that effect's insane, but like, I honestly found myself when I was testing it using the first effect more, just because one of the weaknesses of the Surge leaders is that once you awaken, you're unable to draw, your leader can't generate any more cards. So like, the way that our Broly generates cards is when we combo with a card. Like, literally, when you combo with a red or green card during either player's turn, you draw 1 card. This leader is actually so good. It's actually ridiculous. So enough raving on about Broly. We'll go through the actual cards in the deck now. So the deck is very similar to the Android 18 deck I posted last month. So the first card we've got is After Image here. You can choose to use Shocking Death Ball instead. I'm just using After Image because After Image is, I think, generally After Image is better most of the time because it stops 2 attacks and helps you, kill, like, it stops the initial attack, and then you minus 10k from another battle card, which helps you like get it in range to kill it with the Brolys or whatnot. So After Image is generally better. I would run 2 Shocking Death Ball, 2 of them, in the sideboard because you can use it. It's the same thing. It's the Sparking Negate, and we can run both of them because our leader is a red-green leader, which is insane. Running 4 of the Chi-Chi, this is awesome. Like, as soon as you have 2 dual color energy, which you should by turn 2, you combo this, and it's a +2, because your leader lets you draw a card, and then Chi-Chi draws you a card. It's so, everything in this deck feels value. It just feels so good. And you draw a lot of cards in the deck, and you filter your deck so well. You'll see the pieces you need majority of the time, unless you get unlucky. Just disclaimer, if you're unlucky, you might not get the correct cards, but that's okay. Next card we have is our dual color energy. You need to run this. If you're running a dual color deck, you need to run the this land of the baseline color. So we're running red green, so we're running our red green Broly. Next we have Denial of Hope for 2 red. Denial of Hope's the best 2-drop counterplay in the game. The fact that it can ruin your opponent's like play, whatever, it's really good. Because generally how this deck kind of functions is that we're mainly playing cards during the arrival step. Like, literally every card we play in our deck, we play it with arrival, except for like our negates and counterplay. So we'll always have our energy open and do whatever we need to do. Next, I'm going to talk about these 2 cards in unison. We've got the 4 Dormant Legend and the 4 Goten. I know in the Android 18 build I only ran 3 Dormant Legend, but that is because this Goten card is actually so good in this deck that you need to run 4 of the Goten and 4 of the Dormant Legend. So obviously we have Dormant Legend, so we're actually able to arrival play our Brolys because we can't play them unless we have a Dormant Legend in the drop area. And what this Goten does now, this bad boy here, I've got it foil in person. I've had my Magnificent Collection card sitting on my desk since I got the Magnificent Collection, so it's just been sitting there, and I saw it as foily. It's nice. So what the Goten does, which this is actually insanely good. This is essentially our 3rd super combo of the deck. That's why I'm 4 of it. So when you come with the Goten, you flick through your deck for a Dormant Legend, and you put it in the drop area. And this is during either player's turn, just keep in mind. So once you do that, if you put a Dormant Legend in the drop area, you get to untap 1 of your energy, and if you're at 5 or less cards in your hand, you get to draw a card. The fact that this card is just ridiculous good. So when you play this deck, this is the card you want to mulligan for. You need to at least see 1 of this card in your hand to get yourself going. And you also, when you do activate, you need to keep in mind how many Dormant Legends are left in your deck, because that's how many times you can resolve the other Goten. So let's just say now you've used it the first time. You see you've only got 2 Dormant Legends in deck. You take 1 out for the first Goten, so you can only use Goten 1 more time in this game. You need to keep that in mind. And untapping an energy is insane, because one thing you can do, as I was talking about before, with the leader skill, the 2 cards that you're using to combo from the drop area is this Goten and then Paragus super combo. The reason this Goten is good because it lets you untap an energy. Like, you combo it from free with your leader ability and get to untap an energy. Like, that's really... Untapping an energy like that during your opponent's turn is pretty good, or during even your turn. Like, this, it's just such an insane play. And the thing as well, how you can do it with your leader skill, yeah? Because you get to draw a card when you come with a card, yeah? But Goten only lets you draw if you have 5 or less cards in your hand. So, if you're going first, yeah? No, we'll say we'll go in second. So you're going second, you have 7 cards in your hand, you charge your dual color, you pass. Your opponent, let's just say they charge and pass, whatever. So you draw it for the start turn, you got 7... You have 7 cards in hand, you charge an energy, so you're down to 6, you swim with your leader, your opponent goes no negates. Alright, cool. I'll combo my Goten, so I go down to 5, I'll resolve my Goten auto first, pitch my Dormant Legend from deck, untap that energy, and because I have 5 cards in my hand, I draw another card, I'm going to 6, then I resolve my leader skill going up to 7. So, keep in mind, you're also doing the combo step still, so you can activate Arrival and play the 6-drop Broly, with still 6 cards in your hand on the second turn of the game. That is insane. Like, the fact that it's a free red-green combo as long as you have Dormant Legend. It is literally a super combo as long as you have Dormant Legends in your deck. And while you're doing that too, you're thinning your deck. You take a Dormant Legend out of your deck, and you draw another card. This Goten makes this deck actually so good. It's insane. But yeah, enough about it. I never thought I'd actually give Goten so much praise in my life. But here we are today. It's been proven wrong, Goten's a pretty good card. Next card we have is We have 3 of the 4-drop Broly here. This is the Broly that lets you pitch a card from your hand and kill one of your opponent's combo cards. We only run 3 of these just because we needed space for other stuff, and the 6-drop is simply way better than this one, because this only minuses 10k from certain cards. From one battle card where when you play it, whereas the 6-drop minuses 15k from two battle cards, ignoring barrier where you play it. And the 6-drop also has the benefit of you don't need to discard a card to kill something in the combo step, but ideally you'd like to have both of these out in play, so... It's just there because it's another good Broly. Like, your ideal board state, you have this Broly and the 6-drop Broly out. So, yeah, and I literally just said what the 6-drop Broly does, so there you go. Alright, next we have Argyros. This card's really good because when you play it, you can give one of your cards Double Strike, which I said in the Android 18 deck, the reason why we were on the Krillins, yeah? So this card is our Champafados for our battle cards, and our leader has an inbuilt way to gain Double Strike, so we don't even need to run Furthering Destruction Chomper, because our leader's like, yeah, fam, I'd do that for you. But anyway, so it gives one of our cards Double Strike, and it also kills a 20k or less. Combined with the Brolys, you can literally kill majority of battle cards combined with the Brolys, because on average, cards, unless it's a secret rare, usually a battle card will have the maximum 30k power, so combining it with the Broly to minus at 10k, then you can play this. That gives you pretty much access to whatever card you want to kill. It's great. It's awesome. So very good. That's why we're on 2 of these. Next, we also have 2 faded Arrival Kaioken Son Goku. There are times where people will be a dick and store you at 8 life, yeah? You can get this out turn 2 and start pinging yourself to get more cards. Just another way to draw cards, another way to self-awaken. And plus, you weren't able to run this in the Android 18 deck before, because this card only works if your lead is a Saiyan. Fun fact, Broly's a Saiyan. Big shocker, I know. But it's just another, it's a generically good red-green battle card, and it's another card we play using Arrival. Like, every card I've talked about that we're actually summoning to the board, it's only played with Arrival. So, it's another really good Arrival card. Next we have the Raditz card. This card is just genuinely insane, so if we don't have the Goten in hand, we can use this because it counts as a red-green combo, and then we can activate Arrival with it. It's a free as long as we have a red-green energy, it's a free 5k combo. So again, this and the Goten, even though they're red-green cards that would normally cost energy to combo with, the Raditz is free from as soon as you charge a dual color energy, and the Goten, as long as you pitch a Dormant Legend, it's another super combo. So there you go. Next, we're running 4 Toppos. It's our only actual negate in the deck. Toppo's like insane. If you're playing red, you should at least run 3 of these at a minimum, and the 4th one should be inside. This is such a good card. That's facts right now. Next, we have Gogeta. This functions the exact same as Champabiris. I do personally prefer Gogeta because you don't need to invest anything else into it. Once you play the Gogeta, you don't need anything else to set up. Like, Champabiris is insane for closing out games with the double strike factor and having the potential to hit any battle card combined with the Brolys. This is just a body you can play on the board. Like, a generic dot good play. If you don't have the Broly for the Goten plays, you just play this instead and just have a 20k body on the board that swings for double strike. So it's just generically a good card. We already talked about the Broly. We run the red-green secret rare. I said that. We run the red-green secret rare, the Broly SS3 with Raditz and Vegeta photobombing him. It's unbelievable. But no, this is just our another way to end the game instantly. It's pretty good, you know. I like playing. Another cool thing about this, yeah. If you're at 4 life and play this card, you get to 3 life. And that enables your leader. That's the big thing with this. Like, the big thing about the Goku as well, you need to get to 3 life, otherwise the backside of your lead is useless. That's why Goku's pretty appealing. Facts. Again, I love stating facts. Next, we've got Focus Breakthrough. Now, this card is actually... I'm pretty sure this card's slept on. The only reason this card is slept on is because green is probably the worst color in the game. Now, think of it, yeah. Think of it for a second. Green is never good as a primary color. That is just like a general fact, yeah? But when you see green support, Vegeta the Cruel is the best green battle card counter, the second best besides Champa the Trickster. Green Vegeta the Cruel is really good. Defending Father Paragus is the best super combo in the game. Shocking Death Ball is really good. Preemptive Strike's really good. Green has a lot of good cards, but the problem with green is that the battle cards in green are actually pretty average. But now that we're running a red-green leader, we're not restricted to running those bad cards, so like the bad battle cards. So we can run all the good battle cards, and then run the insane like tech cards green gets. Like, Focus Breakthrough is insane because out of the new counterplays they released, well, it hits what am I trying to say? It hits Toppo, it hits all the 3-drop counterplays. It's insane. It does that, and you can do it for free as well, straight to the drop area. It doesn't return it to hand or whatnot. it's so good. It's just insane. This card is actually slept on mainly because green leaders kind of suck. Next we have Defending Father Argyros. Best super combo in the game. Draw 2, warp card. Beautiful filtering. Literally like perfect way to filter cards out of your extra dual color cards out of your hand. It's insane, you know. I can just rave on about Argyros. Good super combo. And I think it's actually going back to how I was talking about the leader skill. When you use the Broly effect to combo from the drop, I know you can only use it twice per game, but when you combo Argyros for free from your drop, so you're not even comboing from a hand, you combo from your drop area, you draw 2 cards, and then you warp 1. It's literally a +2. It's literally it's technically a +1, but it's like actually such a huge net gain because it costs you no cards in hand to do. You get to filter your hand for free and draw 2 cards. Like in the games I played, on average, I was resolving like 5 Argyros super combos because with the Goten, you take out all your dormant legends from your deck. Your Goten clears 2 cards out of your deck, your dormant legend, and you just draw a card. Then your leader draws you another card. Okay, +3. Chi draws you a card. Okay, another draw. You're drawing 2 on your opponent's turn. Okay, you just draw so many cards in this deck. You see the pieces you need to see. And everything you play feels just clean as. Feels so good. I'm actually so keen to play this leader. I'm ready. I'm ready to be playing a different Broly leader that isn't yellow. I'm ready for it. And then our last card we have is Vegeta the Cruel. Again, really good card. That's what you can say about the rest of the deck. I'll quickly just touch on some cards. I've actually got a vague idea of what I'd run in the sideboard to talk about. The big one here, Shocking Death Ball, you should run the sideboard 12 just in case of the matchup. The 7-drop Karaken's really good just because you can, in slower matchups, you take out the 2 faded Karaken and it functions as the way to get to whatever life total right down to 5. And another focus breakthrough, stuff like that. And then, you know, the rest is pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, that's about it, guys. That is the evolution of the red-green Broly. Red-green Broly Surge, dude. Destroy your combos, dude. Combo from the drop. If you have not tried this leader, I'd really recommend trying this list out. Understand that some people will see this list and see 25 dual color cards and be like, wait a minute, how did this guy win Australia again? This guy's trolling, but this deck actually is really good. I was surprised how good. I slapped this together. It's like, okay, let's test out. This probably needs some more. But it's like I played. It's like, wait, this actually feels insane. This deck feels really strong. Honestly, the only thing I'd try to add in the main board, is probably just more Awakening cards. But between the faded Karakens using After Him, Sparking, and then Focus Breakthrough from getting 4 to 3. This is just so strong. It's also really fun too, because you just play stuff during the combo step. You're just like, yeah, man, I draw a card, I rival. Ka-chow, my dude, just like that. But anyway, guys, really hope you enjoyed this video. I understand that this isn't a blue-green deck. I'm sorry, it's red-green. Really sorry about that. Sorry, I think there's only one. There's 2 set 8 cards, or 3 set 8 cards. I don't know. I'm just rambling on now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll try to make more videos. I'm just fairly... Oh, let's be real here. Everyone who knows me in person knows I'm pretty lazy, so I'll try to make more videos more often, and eventually I'll make my first Patreon article. But we'll get we'll jump over that hurdle when we get there. Anyway, guys, this is your boy John signing out from PPG. Peace.